All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into another market and trade review video for today, April 9th, 2024. Jumping right into things. If you're new here, we make one of these every day after the market close as much as we can. Taking a look at market conditions, different levels, different moves, and conditions throughout all the markets generally. We trade a paper account here for educational purposes only. And if you don't have Webull, which is the exchange we used to trade on, go ahead and check it out. I have a link in the description of this video you can click on, and if you sign up for Webull using that link, deposit as little as $1, you get up to $3,000 of free stock, so it's pretty legit. Full disclosure, I did that tilt thing that traders do sometimes, and last week had one trade, right? The reason we trade the paper account is because meetings and stuff that I have go on. I can't be always watching the market, but had a trade go completely south. I was sized way in really big and completely dumped the account, and then tilt traded trying to get it back and just blew the account. So 10 days into 10K or 9 days into that 10K account challenge, did that, and I'm not proud of it. That really sucks, but it happens. And that's why I'm learning and doing this. You know, we didn't ever have that happen on the 30K account challenge, and we took that to 216K. So I reset the account and back to 10K, and I gotta revisit the result, or revisit the basics, and follow the rules and stuff. And so we did that today. Had some losers in the beginning of the day that were not amazing, but followed the rules, cutting 30%, following the strategy, and worked out just fine. And then some big winners later on in the day, some scalps that ended us positive $1,600 in the day. There's a lot of guys who I see this has happened to. I watch these big red days come for Umar. I see him for Jaden. I've seen him for guys like Rake Trades, Wolf, and full tilt on a single trade. It happens to traders. It's the real good guys, the best of the best. Even occasionally it happens too, and I'm still I'm on my way to hopefully be one of those guys. So working through it, and that's okay. Reset and refocus. Spent a lot of time over the weekend reading some more analyzing price charts bar by bar, and some trading in the zone by Mark Douglas. Didn't trade yesterday really at all. Took the day off, half day from work, and hung out with the baby and the wife. And so this was today, resetting here. Let's take a look at the market overall, and hopefully, not hopefully, what we're gonna do, we gotta have the mindset is bring this back to where it needs to go. Looking at the SPY, actually let's take a look at the SPX. Big push down today, and then we recovered, wicking below, and we still have yet to get that break. And the trend line, we are below it now, right? We have to get above to change that and flip the narrative, but really a kind of a choppy day through the middle of the day here. Not a lot of movement, not a lot of range, big drop at open, and I did catch this move down and then sold out, had to take a meeting and missed this move down, but then I did catch the move up on the way back up throughout the latter part of the day, and that was our winners throughout the day. So our levels, right, for SPX are following on SPY here on the 5-minute. We have these highs in here of 520.75. Let's see if I can't make this a little smaller and the chart a little bit bigger. That looks a little bit better. So we have the highs up here of 520.75 for SPY and the lows of 514.35. So a really nice range to play with. And the key levels that we had put in place earlier played out nicely. We might want to move this one up a little bit here to this level for testing on tomorrow. Somewhere in there, that fits a little bit better on the narrative of what was put in today. So that's the SPY. Q has followed suit. Big dips down, ups tomorrow. We have CPI data coming in tomorrow, so that will do a lot for moving the market. Apple into this pennant here, descending, breaking out, but still wicking below the 9 EMA. So we need to see, I would need to see some daily higher highs for multiple for Apple to really break the trend, and I would like to really see out of this range and with strength above this pennant and above the EMAs before it really gets going for me. Microsoft continues to trade in this range up here. Amazon continues to ascend to the 187 level. And Facebook, again, this level. Not a whole lot of really big moves out of these names. Netflix, again, testing this trend line. I'm going to look for an entry in Netflix tomorrow, most likely, depending on how CPI comes out, to play off of this trend line. Has been so perfect of a trade day after day after day. Looking at that, and Google now coming up to test what has been this trend. And so we're looking for a short on Google, and it got up here and wicked off today, pretty interestingly enough. So Netflix long, Google short. NVDA got really scary today for a second there. Some big drops out of the gate, right, with the rest of the market. And everybody's looking for this correction to happen, right? So if you're looking to play something on the short side, it moves very quickly right now, very, very quickly, and it can be a lot of fun to play. So contracts move really quickly. It's worth paying attention to. So there's an NVIDIA for today. AMD following suit, SMCI as well. Taking a look at Bitcoin, right? We continue to trade in this range in here of the 60 to 73. We did wake up yesterday to about, was that 71 something, 71.2. Looking at this number right here. Oh, sorry, the high 72. 72.7, I apologize. All the way up into that. MicroStrategy and Coinbase, let me go back to the daily chart here, are just kind of finding this range as well. They look about the same. So looking at that. Tesla, interestingly enough, Tesla is above these EMAs and had relative strength today while the rest of the market dipped. While the rest of the market was dipping at open, Tesla was ripping at open. And we had a pretty good sized range here from almost $10 range from open, about an hour in, a couple hours, an hour and a half in, hour in. Yep, hour in. And then we just traded sideways the rest of the day. So looking for strength out of Tesla tomorrow, and who knows, maybe this was the double bottom we needed and reverse. The next level up that we have, really that I'm looking at is going to be this 194 level, potentially 185, $10 ranges, 10, 10, 10, going up for Tesla. We have relative weakness in a lot of our smaller names, AI, Hood, Mara, DraftKings, right? Palo Alto gets a bid today. And every time Palo Alto gets a bid, right, I'm watching, okay, is this going to have follow through? And is this Nancy's trade starting to finally take form? This one draws my eye, a lot of bullish movement here. And we had this smaller day in here, and then, oops, on Monday, we pushed back up at the close. And then today was a ripper of a day, gap up and push a really strong finish at the close here. So looking for this to continue into tomorrow. So we're going to be long Palo Alto as well. Taking a look at some of the China, actually first I want to take a look at Boeing. CrowdStrike looks weak, Upstart, same as Palo Alto, not as convincing. Shopify, okay, where's Boeing? Here we are. Here's Boeing, right? More relative weakness, and Boeing is coming down to this low that it put in all the way down here back in October of last year. I would love to see this hold and us bounce from here, but the news for Boeing is bad again and again and again, right? And today they had missed delivery numbers for the quarter. So we'll see what happens. Adobe also showing weakness. Taking a look at some of the China names, which are interesting to watch as elections get closer and closer. BABA fits perfectly into this pennant that we had charted out prior, right? Continues to just trade in here, and we actually will drop this just a little bit. That is a little bit more fitting on that range there. So BABA looking for that to finish consolidating eventually. KWeb, right, has broken out, but still not a lot of strength. We are watching this though for it to go here. Have something of a small pennant. Or a flag forming here. I don't know. We're consolidating, but it's nothing incredible, right? The fact that we are seeing higher highs and higher lows, I do like in here. We just need to get above this level, and we've tried once, but all the way across we have a strong resistance. And on the weekly chart, it's a little bit even more visible, right? We have trouble getting above that range in there. As far as Chinese energy goes, NEO continues to sell off, and we're below this range in here now. LI continues to consolidate. So nothing really to write home about right now. Names like MU have been moving, Micron, right? Big uppies for MU. And Dell. Also, big uppies there for Dell. And look at that, wow. That's on the weekly. On the daily. So watching Dell to be able to hold this, same thing with MU, right? Can we hold this? Do we wick off of the EMA and go from there? So that is what we are looking at, ladies and gentlemen. Gold's hitting all-time highs. Bitcoin we want to see continue to consolidate and just flag and break up, as it has been doing for so long. Meanwhile, the Dow Jones sits just off the range from all-time highs, and again is wicking off of the EMA. And this is notably, right? I mean, we're only on the weekly, the first weekend trading week for this candle to have been put in, second week. But the last time we had 2 red weeks in a row below an EMA close, right, was all the way back in October of last year, and that was kind of the V-shape up for everything, and a lot of the names that we've just covered as well. So the Dow, if it does drop, I'd love to see it come down to 37 flat, almost a $2,000 drop. It would be terrific, in my opinion, a good healthy correction, and even some more I'd be fine with, down to 35. People would start panicking at that point, but it would be a blast to trade. So remember, anything can happen, trade accordingly, and if your goals and dreams don't scare you, probably not big enough. See you guys tomorrow.